In the peaceful village of Obiaruku lived a beautiful female twin, Ebele and Adora. They are identical in looks, but opposite in character. Their mother tragically passed away during childbirth, and their father, a simple but kind man, raised them alone. Ebele is gentle, kind, loved by everyone. She spends her days molding clay pots for sale and also singing beautifully. She is very hardworking and dedicated, and that is why their father loves her. Adora, her twin, is bitter and envious, causing troubles wherever she goes. Her temper and unkindness makes people avoid her. She is only close to her twin, Ebele. They are always seen together molding clay pots in the front of their hut, after which they carry the pots to the river to wash before taking them to the market for sale. Though they looked identical, Ebele and Adora's personalities couldn't have been more different. One was a light to the villagers, while the other casted a shadow. One day, Mazi Eze, the twins' father, walked up to the twins where they were molding their clay pots. Ebele, he called, "Come and accompany me to the palace. I want to see the king." "Okay, Papa," Ebele answered, and left with her father to the king's palace. At that very moment, Adora's mood changed. Why does Papa and every other person prefer Ebele to me, Adora, the most beautiful one? What is so special about herself that I don't have? We came into this world together now. She is not more beautiful than I am. So why is everybody after her and leaving me behind? She is enjoying all the glory. Enough is enough. I must shine too. Oh. Adora said to herself in anger. Few days later, Ebele and Adora sat outside their hut molding a clay pot. Ebele was singing as usual. Villagers passing by greeted her warmly and admired her skills. Adora watched with so much jealousy, annoyed by the attention her sister receives. "Why are you so happy? Is it because father loves you more?" Adora said, to start up a conversation that will eventually lead to a quarrel. Ebele, knowing her sister too well, smiled and answered, "My dear better half, you know father loves us both. Please, let's hurry up with the pots before the sun sets," trying to end up the conversation. But her reply didn't go well with Adora, who then said with an harsh tone, "When I become the queen, everyone, the whole village, will know that your silly kindness is only a weakness." Ebele ignored her twin sister and continued molding. One beautiful morning, Ebele and Adora went to the river to wash the pots they made before taking it to the market for sale. On their way to the river, they saw a place where people gathered. It was the messenger from the palace. The king needs a wife for his son, the messenger announced. The royal messenger announces that Prince Chibueze is looking for a wife, and he wants to choose a woman of pure heart and grace. The village is excited and many hope to win the prince's favor. Ebele isn't interested in wealth or fame, but she still daydreams about meeting the prince someday. Meanwhile, Adora is determined to win his heart, even if she has to outshine her twin to do so. If I make the prince believe I am the perfect bride, I will be adored by all. Oh, Muwa now, Adora, the only beautiful maiden of Obiaruku Kingdom. Let me get into work because the prince is mine already. Adora said to herself. After that moment, lots of villagers started suggesting their different candidates to the prince. The prince heard about Ebele's beauty and gentle nature. Curious to know more, he disguised himself as a traveler and approached her by the river one day. He listened to her sing, and he was captivated by her kindness and humility. Ebele, unaware of his true identity, treated him warmly, offering him water and a handmade clay pot as a gift. Her kindness is pure. She would make a fine queen, Prince Chibueze said to himself. Adora got to find out that there is a strange young man that comes to see her sister. She made some little investigation and found out that it was the prince. She was so furious and started plotting to prevent her sister from winning the prince's favor. Adora pretended to be kind and warm-hearted whenever the prince is around, trying to mimic her sister's ways. But each time, the prince sensed a coldness in her eyes and feels uncomfortable. Determined to eliminate her competition, Adora devised a plan. One day, Ebele and her went to the river to do their normal routine. Under pretense to have sighted something at Ebele's back and wanted to help her remove it, Ebele turned and she immediately pushed her into the water, hoping that her sister will get drowned and die and leave her free to marry the prince. Ebele struggled in the water. She cried and shouted for help, but nobody could hear her or even see her. The river carried her to the other side of the village. She had drank a lot of water and was now very weak. She was almost giving up when a fisherman sighted her and immediately dived into the water to rescue her. The fisherman took her to his modest hut and cared for her as she recovers. Ebele was weak and shaken, but grateful for her life. Meanwhile, Adora returned to the village, spreading a false tale that Ebele tragically got drowned. As the villagers mourned Ebele, Adora concealed her guilt with a wicked smile, believing her path to the throne was now very clear. The prince sent men to search for Ebele's body, but they found nothing. Saddened, he continued his duties, but could not shake off his longing for the kind woman he met by the riverside. Adora grew frustrated as the prince shows little interest in her. She tried to win him over with flattery and charms, but the prince remained distant. He finds it hard to forget the warmth he felt around Ebele. Why does my heart remain with Ebele, even in her absence? Prince Chibueze will say to himself all the time. After months of care and healing, Ebele has fully recovered. She thanked the fisherman for his kindness and headed back to the village, ready to reunite with her father and reveal the truth. When Ebele arrived at the village, people were shocked and delighted to see her alive. They asked her what happened, and she shared her story, exposing Adora's wickedness. The prince, hurt and angered by Adora's action, confronted her. Her lies and cruelty was exposed before the entire village, and she was banished and left the village in disgrace. The villagers expressed their disappointment, but were grateful to have their Ebele back. Prince Chibueze finally made his choice, and it was the damsel called Ebele. They got married in a grand celebration, with the village rejoicing in their reunion. After the wedding, Ebele spoke with the prince and her father, pleading for Adora to be forgiven. "She is my sister. Though she has wronged me, I cannot bear to see her suffer. Please, let her return to the village someday." Ebele pleaded with her husband and her father on behalf of her sister Adora. Moved by her kindness, the prince agreed. He spoke to his father, the king, and Adora was given the chance to return back to the village and change her ways. In the end, true beauty shines from within, and kindness prevails over all. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, please turn on your notification bell so that you will be the first to know whenever we drop new video. Like, drop a comment and share this video. Bye.